6:31, I'm going to call tonight's Board of Selectmen meeting to order. Tonight is September 10th, 2024, and it's 6:31. Please all join us for the allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all. Here for the last minute, but we're going to give a minute review and do have a motion to approve.
I would make a motion to accept as written.
A motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimous. Moving on to community relations announcements.
Senator Ryan Putman announces staff office hours. Meet with District Director Amanda Heller on Wednesday, September 18th and October 16th, November 20th, and that's from 12 to 1 p.m. in the Charlton Senior Center. John Marcy will also be in attendance. Medicare one-on-one educational event is October 1st, 10:30 a.m., and that's in Charlton Senior Center. You can come and learn the basics of when and how to apply for Medicare, the differences between original Medicare and Medicare Advantage, what is the Part D, and what are Medicare supplements. Then we have the Town of Charlton Yard Waste Drop-Off Day. And that is at DPW 100 Flint Road, October 19th and 26th, and then November 2nd, 9th, and 16th, and that's from 10 to 2 p.m. This is open to Charlton residents only.
Do we have anybody here for open forum? We want to move on to appointments and resignations.
First appointment is for the administrative assistant to the town administrator of the Board of Selectmen. We received 39 applications and offered interviews to 9 candidates. 3 declined, 6 candidates were interviewed by Lynn Dyer, Mary Devlin, and myself. We are recommending the board appoint Chelsea Belt as the administrative assistant to the town administrator of the Board of Selectmen, effective September 2024. Yes, there.
Hi, Chelsea. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. All right. Do we have a motion?
Motion to accept.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Congratulations, welcome. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next is an appointment for the permanent assistant for the building department. 25 applications were received. Interviews were offered to 6 candidates, which were conducted by Lynn Dyer, Kurt Mestis, and Michelle. They are recommending the appointment of Barbara Cabasoli as the permanent assistant. Starting at this position is 15 hours a week, non-competitive.
Do we have a motion? Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Hi, Barbara.
Welcome.
Hi, Barbara. So this, I'm just for this stuff, this is the backfill position, I think.
No, this is a new part-time position for administrative work in the building inspection office.
And that's due to all the, this lot.
There's a lot of work, there's a lot of paper to put. It also is going to allow us to ensure that we're out during the lunch hours. To save people, provide better coverage when Michelle goes on vacation. Second, safe person.
Okay. Very good. I'm satisfied.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next appointment is for the historical commission / historic district commission. The topic appointment from Susan Streeter seeking the appointment to the historical commission / historic district commission. The commission would recommend that the appointment for term expiration date would be June 30th, 2027. have a motion? I'll make a motion for discussion. Do you have a second? Second. So, question then, the note said they normally reach out to the committee in question. Have they reached out to the historical commission? Says that the commission. So,
Commission's work for
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
For special police officer, catches a request from Police Chief Dad asking the board to appoint Mike Devoto as a special police officer contingent upon completion of any post requirements in each onboarding. He's currently a traffic controller and asked to be a special police officer. I recommend both of you.
Motion second, any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous.
Applications request of a special alcohol beverage program. Regular Fall Festival, October 5th, 2024, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 88 Masonic Road. The Jacob Gilmore wedding on September 2nd, 2024, from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Camp Johnson. Salute Jamboree wedding on September 28th, 2024, from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. also at Camp Johnson. The applications were forwarded to the police chief of the commission and fire department for their review. We're asking the board to approve the request for the board's policy basis on the license should be the day before the event to allow alcohol to be delivered, the day of the event, and the day after the event to allow any alcohol left over to be picked up.
I move to approve. Do we want to just do all three? I move to approve all three special alcohol. As they've been submitted for.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
And a motion, do we have a second, any discussion? No more discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
They were requested to install 2 automatic license plates on this building public way. The building department received a request from John City to install 2 automatic license plate reading cameras within public right of way near Ted's and Woodside Road. Traffic Police Department to assist with criminal investigations. Because those within on property, the board of selectmen must approve the request by the building before the building department can properly issue a permit.
Yeah, Chief, I have questions. When you say for criminal investigations, are you using that for traffic or anything?
Well, they can be used for a variety of things, but I think we have to be transparent. So it could be used as a plate reader, and information could be obtained from the plates that go by.
I just think of the Providence Court TV where we're constantly doing red light violations and.
No, we're not there.
Okay.
We're not there, but I mean, ideally, if there wasn't an accident at an intersection, we may retrieve some video and stuff to support. Things have gotten moved because of logistics as far as the solar, things, line of sight, things like that. So two of the cameras are going on town property. That's why we need them.
Are these going to be fixed
Yeah,
apparatuses?
it's a small call.
But I think they're popping popping up all over Worcester recently, those mobile ones where they have the high crime, so I mean, I think it's reasonable.
So they approached you or you approached them? How did-
Well, I think it was something we saw, had some value, to it, like a bank run spot that someone took off, and had lost sight of them, where did they go? Some. You can get out of all those bells and whistles with the definition.
Oh, yeah. I know, people have a sense of.
Yeah, we're not looking to cite people for stuff.
Why,
Somebody said they weren't in the area yet. They don't show.
so what made you pick those two spots? I understand that, but north side.
I picked two other spots. Declined because of the distance of lacking solar. I thought that the intersection of Brookfield Road and Stafford Street, because it's a four-way stop, great lanes for the person, that would have been a picture perfect. Pretty easy. You went through the stop sign, they stopped, and couldn't do it there because of lack of solar. We got moved further down. There's a lot of traffic that goes up and down Stafford Street, so we were 169. We tried to get close, but a lot of basically people are slowing down coming off 169, and they rear end the other person, but trying to get there, rarely get on private property. Take what we can get.
Hopefully you have them on private property.
We only need your permission on public property.
Yeah.
Private property. Correct components. Running the permitting process.
So it is a structure under the building code. Building permit. Selectmen have care of whole the property. Utility poles. And so that private agency work, the police department, right, the structure. building. Steps are taken.
Any other questions?
So, yeah, so, and again, just for my own clarification, was this something that the state requested and came through, or you requested?
State has nothing.
Okay, so this was not a state police
Company
request.
that's getting, this company, Block, is doing this throughout the area of the state as well. And try to put them, you could put them in high crime areas, you could put them in a lot of, say you thought that there was, in the city, for instance, and there's drive-by shootings in a certain area, you get a description of the car and plate potential.
So, I noticed in the request it mentioned criminal investigation. So this is not about an existing criminal investigation.
They just,
You're looking for it.
what they want to do is get ahead of this and say, it could lead to, certainly, if we were looking for somebody and driving down the street, we could certainly say, okay, down the street.
Because that, to Mr. Cronus's comment, I'm one of those people with a sensitivity.
Well, it's like taking a snapshot with your cell phone. They say it's the cameras, but actually what it does is take snapshots of the vehicles, they're motion activated, and they overrun each other.
So it's like my home security cameras, it goes to the cloud, it's there if you all need to pull something, but there is. So I understand that, and I see the importance, what do they call it, the system in which that shots fired. Shots fired. To me, that's incredibly valuable. Now, with the bank example, I would assume the bank already has cameras to get the information on it for that bank.
That particular
In that
case,
particular
case, but
correct.
the individual being charged wasn't parked in the bank parking lot, so then it's going door to door trying to get ring cameras. This would have just been one possible way of identifying the plate.
Then my other concern, my biggest concern is that it is right for abuse. I'm not saying by you, I don't believe you would, I don't believe you would in a heartbeat, or anyone
that system is there, we don't know who's going to come after us. And now you have a system that very well could be, that could be used as a revenue channel. Knowing where people are going, giving them tickets for this, for where it was meant to be. So what kind of protections are there then after Dan's retired, Gary's retired? I'm retired. I don't know how long they're going to be here, but eventually people come, people go with different views. So how we convey
So
that?
at least I'd have to say, but the board, the future board would have to say about create a policy procedure. So let's put rule in and say this is unconstitutional, you can't do this, you can't do that.
So could this board, if we were to approve this, have as part of that approval be the construction of a policy by maybe Andrew and you together to make sure?
I doubt that, because when you move up to 20, the state has.
But we have no control over 20.
Well, where it's municipal property, would a future board have the ability to say remove those cameras?
I suppose
If they become so problematic, that it's certainly not worth the ire of everybody to have it. Let's see if we can come with something positive. If they, you think we're going in a bad direction with them,
There are certain people out there in the world, I don't know any of them, who still believe in the old catch me fair and square.
Yeah,
You know,
that was never the intent. That was never the intent to, like
You guys got a lot about Gary's.
So, I know you said that, it would do a trigger warrants. How would it register when, I have seen a couple in the town, these covers on the license plates that are meant to obscure, well, would that send any trigger mark?
Yeah, there's a problem. Sometimes they have got the black tint on. Sometimes they don't get a positive reading, but you're not supposed to have the black tint. But you might get, say you were looking at a suspicious vehicle and you're looking to identify it, you might get enough from the snapshot to make it allow. Narrow down.
Who pays for all this?
Looking at it.
What?
Looking at it.
You, out of your own pocket?
How much is this gonna cost?
It's the annual cost moving forward is about $9,000.
That's it? Four. That's, put one in three house in one.
So
I'm just saying,
No.
there's a lot of fatalities right
The
there.
state has some jurisdictions over their roads, also things get a little quirky with like who's plowing it, so we're trying to stay in our lane.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of fatalities right there.
So, and it may be an accident prone area, we may have to consider moving the camera down. I'm just saying, what we're doing, trying to get them up and running, see if there's a value to them, see if we get any good data, any results, and then reevaluate how many we need.
Well, Pete's question, I think, is something to play off well as a trial.
Add a mobile unit.
And see if a mobile unit could give you.
So there's a plate reader on a cruiser that you can set up. The problem is where accident prone. So the problem is they're not just easily movable from one car to the other. So we looked at that. They're a lot more expensive.
We're gonna send your officers to driver
What
training.
was the cost? It was like 34 grand. I got into things.
I'm talking like the Gen Light sets, if they set them up, you see them all over Worcester, you can move it from location to location, if you had a, whatever, there's a high, summertime, there's more accidents down by Treehouse or whatever, you move it to that, and in wintertime, there's more accidents,
Stafford Street, right?
School starts.
That intersection.
Yeah. All right, not the labor.
No, and you have not 100% alleviated my concern, but
We're not interested in big problem.
All right, so do I have a motion?
the motion was set.
For a second? Second. Do you need any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, unanimous. Thank you.
Somebody said this person needed to take care of.
Yeah,
It is on cable access, unfortunately, but it is recorded, right? So when it's online, hopefully it'll be the audio will be there.
all right, so we're a little bit late. Doing this thing real quick.
last Thursday, August fifth, Kelly, Flynn and I went to, and we, did identify that they had put an in-ground invisible fence in outside. Visible fence. And before I believe I said it was about, and they take the box collar and walk towards the fence. That it was working. And off of the physical fence, they have, mirror kind of like that. Over it. Not frozen. On the gates, there's two sets of gates, both of those, latching mechanism,
So, I see your recommendation here, I would entertain-
I have a question, but, you know, I addressed the Cooper question now or after? So I would move to close the public hearing,
Wait a second. Any discussion? All right, we have a motion, second, no discussion, all in favor? Aye. Unanimous.
they just send them something in the mail or anything like that, or.
My only question on Cooper is you mentioned that you're still waiting. There's no rescue.
So we can have a meeting for each. Last week. They were great, you know, they loved them, you guys have a board. He was considered, but not. You know. Yeah.
No, no other rescues. The last one. And then, you can't keep a dog. But we also don't want to put a dog.
A lot here, if you will. Nobody wants.
Reached out to one of the guys.
All of them.
Emily, I think, I understand your love for animals, that's why you're in your position. There comes a time though, that, all love animals. A lot of us have dogs. However, whatever happened to Cooper, there's a lot of us in the back of our minds, certainly me, know it's not his fault, but it is how it is, it is what it is.
I didn't have two rescues at home who would not welcome a third.
Who's gonna happen next?
No, so you're saying hopefully they'll find, so you're willing to give more time, I think that it's already, I don't know.
And nothing out of the state? Is it too much for us?
Which I can reach out. For multiple rescues. The one that did the deep was in Connecticut. So essentially, if they chose him, he wouldn't have that. Make it easy.
So, I mean, I know you've done your due diligence, and basically we're at the point where we've exhausted all the current needs, we don't have anything decision on Coupa?
Would it be legally doable and even the right thing to do if it was even doable to change the designation to nuisance dog? And then maybe people take it.
It was designated by multiple towns, we're not the only town in Massachusetts. I mean, this is. He was already a dangerous dog before we even voted.
This is not one of the fun things, but I'm only asking, my opinion. Better job, do you do a fantastic job. So some action.
I'd entertain a motion if.
I will make a motion that we follow through with the procedure that was planned and debated and postponed a few times, that we could follow through with the plan. I almost don't want to say it.
So if I'm hearing correctly, we have a motion to euthanize Coupa.
That's correct.
Do I have a second? We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Put down back before and I can't do it again.
You want to do 30 days? So, would you like to have a whole chance that's out there? I think that's very generous of the Grinch, so do we want to add a?
Give them a 30-day, you're smiling when you heard that.
I always say that because, vets are also like, you can never. If you give me 30 days, I think I can.
But
I don't laugh or smile like.
So the motion is to euthanize Coupa if there's not a place in town within 30 days. Do we have a second for that motion? Second, any further discussion? All in favor? Yeah, I just want that.
keep following it.
First order of business would be for special town meeting, to close the room, and to do the draft special town meeting. Other than the normal 5 articles that we always have, general operations. The other one coming from our side of the house would be a bylaw amendment to chapter 115 building number. This comes to the building commissioner to seek to add a third section under policy for the board of selectmen at the regular meeting of the board approve a policy for determining the schema for assigning numbers to buildings, and from time to time they amend said policy or take any action relative to it.
Good evening and thank you for taking me at this time. The town of Charlton, state law gives the board of selectmen the authority to issue street numbering. Ms. Stanley have worked towards writing a policy. There's never been a formal policy for numbering. It's largely that of how we number the town. Get question time to time for changes in those numberings. There are time to time. They have to have. Just for that. Have you adopt this through town meeting that you would vote a policy?
And the purpose of this is if we're adding a house in between two other houses that.
Every time a new building or structure is erected under the rules of 911, it has to have a street. And the general policy, when we went through an enhanced 911 number 20 years ago, we had a number. And we was to do that. Was driven by the highway. Included lot arrangements that seem simple just by going by measurement, sometimes it's not. Actually, feeling momentarily right now that for some 63A, and there was a 61 available, and voluntarily. And the number on each front road and on each front road extension, which are very different roads. But those get these requests. That's another thing. Have a policy that's clear and fair and be able for all the departments to refer to the service.
Changing your address cannot be a simple thing.
You're basically telling me to change my quarters out.
If you would like not to be 9 3/4, I think I can help. We'll change it to A. And we run into a number of things that as we develop, okay, we have a project that's currently being built on City Depot Road that has a single address, 60 City Depot Road. And because it's a way, it's in there, it's not a road. It's a private driveway. Work with that developer to deal with concerns of the highway department that it not be given a road name. That's for now. But they were on public. So that's what we deal with.
And that's not true. And all the amendments further on, you know, you read this decision, and all the
So this clarifies the authority of the board of selectmen, right, under statute, and the authority to assign street number. You're saying under your authority, you're going to develop a policy, look at the policy for you, you will review it, and you will promulgate that policy. So effectuate it. So, thank you, have a nice evening.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
The motion to close. Oh, yeah, because the only ones, 7, 8, and 9, those are planning board. Motion, I have a motion to close. A motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Unanimous. We provide you guys further with this. That's currently being reviewed by finance code. They have just, they are planning on putting the capital plan this. And then back to you guys, next week. So, you guys, if there was anything priority
later on that we can have further consideration on anything for anything that wasn't included on that list. You guys want to add that back to finance committee, get it on their radar, that you guys think.
Really haven't had a chance to look at the list yet, but I will before you meet the meeting. Yeah. Go ahead.
And the one thing that I wanted to reach out or discuss on free cash flow, I remember as president reach out, there was some discussion about potentially applying a portion of the free cash towards school fees that occurred. Given the data that we received recently, the school is raising over $900,000 in these fees or extra non-operational budget funds. But there's a lot of legal and there's a lot of complexities to it. So I think we'll have to reserve that potentially for the budget discussions and looking for them to decrease those fees and apply them to operational during the next budget cycle.
Nice job.
Right, and the plan would be if we apply free cash, the expectation would be that they would roll it into operation for next fiscal year. It would be but it appears way too complex just to do that. So, there'll probably be discussion with the school committee and what they can do to minimize or lower those fees into their budget.
I did read, but that's for now we're talking. But the number 2 schoolhouse is 200,000 in there for the free cash. And what was the so the match was 50,000 that we went for prior year. So that was the maximum that we could get with the grant. Was $50,000. So we were able to successfully get that grant. Now, when we went and did the evaluation of what the needs that building are, it was significantly more. So 2,000 have there, you could kind of get into the work, but you wouldn't come close to completing. But the $200,000, that would essentially make the building structurally sound and to the point where weather tight and in good condition rather than and do it all under one.
Yeah, so moving on to discussion of the name of the selectmen, the select board. I was somebody that opposed this article from the start, not due to the principle, but the manner in which it was introduced. I do support the need for a gender neutral name, and I just would like to have discussion to see, if there's a better solution out there that can provide gender neutrality and also preserve the history of Board of Selectmen in a name. Something that I was thinking I definitely motion it now for discussion, but was Board of Select person with members being known as select woman, select man, or select person per how the elected member identifies as and choose what to be referred as. And adding in the stipulations that we exhaust all current stock of stationery or whatever we have, and as articles come up for review, that we should make the name change so we're not adding the burden to the full-time staff and adding the extra expense of reordering church supplies and everything.
What expenses of things? Because we have to review it every couple of years, right? Anyhow.
Yeah, so put everybody's, reorganize everybody's name on the header. What's the second?
Oh, that's.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, when every next review is
Right, yeah, but I don't have to, just put it through the process fee. Is it involved to change
There's
it?
anything individually that you think, that particularly you that we want to know that we change that, as far as signage,
now the people at the town meeting voted, and now we're going to
Decide how
forget about it.
to, decide how to.
Yeah, okay.
Because all Pete's asked for tonight is to accommodate the stuff. And then as far as the individuals go, you can go back to that. As far as I'm concerned, you can call whatever you want, just don't call it.
That was not in the article that was voted on by the town people. The town people, we were referred to as members of the select board. That is written in the article. So that's what I was saying. We did not do our due diligence or have time to review this article in the manner in which I should. So that's why I'm asking for a review now to have a name that identifies or represents gender neutrality and also preserves some of the heritage of the board of selectmen. And I will make a motion, if it's seconded, if it's not, we can have discussion. I motion to change the name to Board of Select Person, with members being known as Select Woman, Select Man, or Select Person as they identify.
Unless it's just going against what the people voted.
Well, I'll second for discussion. So we can have this conversation. So, again, the wording was select board. And it specified that we had to be just, I think we're the selectman or select person, have to be just a member of the board.
No, because you call whatever you want to call. The
No,
board
that's not what the article written, because it was rushed through.
is a member of the select board.
So can I ask a question then? And if Bosh is okay with it? But could we continue this just to have them make it that gender neutral, so we don't have that issue? On the town meetings, have them vote to make it that. People, it's just asking the town to say,
Amend the.
right, basically saying we're doing this, but we'd like to say, we'd like to have you approve it, we just call it this instead, so that the board, so have it to be a member.
I'm fine with the amendment to it, to amendment if people vote, but I'm not okay with now going against the people's vote, which was a majority to change the select board.
Discussion is to put it back in the town.
To allow us to change it to say what he said, select board, and specifically says we can individually do what we want to do.
That I'm fine with.
I mean, there's a motion, we'll have a discussion, we'll take a vote, and we'll see if the next.
But if I'm not mistaken, then the motion is just to go back to town meeting and say we listen and we'd like to use this term.
Our intent is to be a more gender neutral board, but we would like to, incorporate some of our historic, names in there and identify what people are going to be called versus members of the board.
So wrapping it all up, we're gonna change the name. We're gonna wait until everything's used up before we order anything.
Well, I
new.
mean,
But that would also then give us time to ask how many to say, can we call it select board? And leave us to be whatever we want. I got no problem doing that, because we're still doing what you've asked, doing what they've asked. We're not making a change anyway until we run out of all the tools we already have. So we should have time to get it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. The particular, specific member of the board, we can amend that.
Just type it.
Would any of that even fly? That's what I would ask. Because now, yes, the right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Then we can go on and everything we've ever done.
Do this without, without act. We need the town meeting act, special legislation, all over the river.
Well, that's, if it's for the neutral select board.
But I think we're making it too complicated, right?
That's what you're saying.
I don't disagree with it.
I mean, the worst thing is that back to legislation. I mean, that's what they have to do. I mean, we're doing this, we should do it right once, and not, it was rushed, in my opinion. The warrant was closed, it was clearly said, no, last when we brought this in. I mean, I don't want to rehash it all, but it was closed, and it was clearly specified that by bill, no new articles should be introduced. David wasn't here, we introduced an article, I got notified of it hours before the meeting without time to do due diligence. I feel it was rushed, we wanna,
It doesn't really work, but
So-
you didn't have a time to go on it.
Well,
we
we
had
don't use the
time to
though.
discuss other names and without.
Well, I would just put this out there. With all due respect to all the different people. What's happened, we can't redo, we can only look forward. So let's work together to just make sure it's fixed, right? So that we honor the article, we honor their intent, and we make sure that what we're talking about is that we have the ability to have it corrected so we can still build what we want. And everything. I just don't want to see us go back to arguing over things in the past when what we're looking for is a solution. So I think we have the solution. I think we found a good solution. And we're still going to be the gender neutral, just want to make sure that we have wording okay, and that wording will allow us to keep whatever we want to be called, just tightening it up.
Alright, so motion, we have a second, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay.
No, it's just, mission.
So,
I'll do just a question when we get to other business.
we have any policy review, TA report.
Quick shout out, one to the Old Home Day Committee, the whole day committee knocked it out of the park this year. Awesome attendance. It's a great event overall, great. Everything seemed to go off without a hitch, I think it was just the weather was kind of hit or miss on that, the 2 days, but thankfully it all comes off. Together, so thanks for putting on a great event this year. So I also want to give a shout out to AFA Morello, who really had busted their behinds to make sure that the sidewalks were done in time for the open day. That didn't look like good, but they're still doing a little bit of wrap up work, but they finished that project along with a big project, right as scheduled. So I really want to give kudos to those.
Other business.
So, just a question, so the flags, Veterans Day is only about 2 months away. I had a great meeting with, the guys at the Legion, they had a lot of wonderful ideas, they even volunteered to do some things that look nice. I don't know how we would do it logistically to make sure certain things are secure. One of the guys has all the old uniforms, and he actually even offered about setting it up in the Selectmen's room or somewhere here, so I could keep those with Chris good and mess with it. That might be nice for Veterans Day, one day to have that display in town hall, just for consideration. My main question is, because it is getting close, the flags. So I was going to start approaching some local businesses, looking at like 1,000 bucks. So I was thinking, before I could start approaching, what big orders, would it be something that you think you could approach Amazon and say, listen, if you want to just kick in the $1,200 to buy the flags, and if they say no, then I'll approach the businesses, but judges also may not want to just do. It's not big money, especially to Amazon. Easier for them than probably the small heads, but I would go to local businesses. Yeah, how would that
Yeah, you're not supposed to do it.
So I think there's a group, so we put out a notice and look into a donation. I mean, how would we do it then? Other than whatever.
No, I mean, select the solicitation.
Oh, okay.
You have them, have the historical.
We don't have $1,000. It is unlike, so they're cemetery flags, they put them out and they leave them out like they get destroyed. We only going to keep them out for like 4 days around Veterans Day, and probably 4 to 7 days at home. So our flags should last 10, 20 days. It should be a one-time purchase for a long time once we apply.
good project for the Eagles Club too.
Yeah, oh, now, again, so if we're not allowed to ask, how can I ask for this? We don't have to ask. Veterans Day, the sign explains, people don't understand, veterans are memorial, right? Not the same, veterans are alive, right? Well, they're vets, but they didn't. So, another thing that came up in the conversation was, it'd be nice if we could come up with a way to have someone either buy or make it a school signage around Veterans Day Memorial explaining what Veterans Day is. Some of these are the
Next, regular scheduled meeting is 24th.